Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be doing our Q&A that we put up on Instagram yesterday, but before we do it, we're going to see who can eat a box of Post Waffle Crisp the fastest. And you know, in previous videos I've talked about how I couldn't find the cereal anymore, but there is one in my local grocery store here, back where I'm from in Pennsylvania. So we're going to get started. Whole box.
About 300 grams of carbs.
Plus a glass of milk, and we'll see who can do it the fastest.
Just pouring the whole thing in? Whole thing?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Alright, we need more milk than that.
You're good. You ready?
Yep.
Get set. Go. Everybody.
Oh my god. This is so good.
It's 25 grams of carbs per serving, 11 servings. Quick math, 275 grams of carbs for this bowl.
Plus the milk, which is probably 300.
Your store?
I feel pretty good.
It's all hers.
Still tastes good too.
It's pretty close right now. He's winning.
Nope, it's over.
That's it. That's it. I'm still gonna finish mine, but now we'll get into the Q&A.
Hey. Tickets at the door. It's you on a guest list. You +4. Make sure you bring some.
All right, guys, it's my last day in Pennsylvania. We're gonna run through this Instagram Q&A we posted yesterday. Got like 55 questions, so we're just gonna start at the top and work our way down. So what made you guys first start working out? I first started working out in high school. I wasn't playing college or, high school football. All my buddies were. So I kind of picked up working out as a hobby because they were in the gym. And then, more towards college, I started focusing on bodybuilding. And then years later, powerlifting.
I started in 7th grade just because I started when pretty much you started. My whole life I've pretty much been doing exactly what he does. I always kind of copy him. And pretty much I just got hooked right away like he did. We saw the results right away from it. We've always had the good genetics for it, so that's how I started, just because he did it.
Is there a Bear Bros rivalry at all between the two of you guys? Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely, yeah.
Always competition, whether you're looking better while you're dieting or you're lifting more in the gym. We'll send each other text messages, hey, I just did this in the gym, or hey, this is what I look like right now. And it's like, damn, I gotta work harder.
We've never competed in sports or anything like that.
No, not sports.
Not at all, but just always because we're so even in the gym and things. Our weight, the weights we put up and everything, how we look. So we're always trying to, one-up each other.
How do you suggest those without a large social following or YouTube channel affect people? So you don't have to have a large social following or channel or anything like that to affect people. As long as you affect, one person, you could have one client. You could work with one person in school and have a positive influence on them, no matter what it is. It could be working out or something in life. You've made a positive influence, so you don't need to affect a bunch of people.
Yeah, the fitness industry is all about inspiring others, to have a more positive life. And like you said, it doesn't really matter how many you affect.
What's your favorite quote? Mine is, "The unseen is eternal," from 2 Corinthians in the Bible. I doubt he has one.
I don't have one, but I remember always watching Greg Plitt in his videos when he was alive, and I thought that I'm not usually used to like motivational people, and I usually just motivate myself, but I thought that guy was incredibly motivational. He was just an incredible person, I felt like.
Whose idea was it to make products this bomb? So I started Bear Performance Nutrition.
I had nothing to do with it.
Pretty much my own.
Yeah.
Junior year of college. I funded it. I took the loan out. I did all that stuff. So that's my baby. If y'all were stranded on an island and could only bring 3 things, what would it be? Gun, knife, 550 cord.
Fishing rod, gun, I don't know, a net.
One thing you guys fight over. So
whenever we give each other constructive criticism, like in the gym or something like that.
Other than that, we don't really fight.
Yeah,
it's
but
just,
like that can get pretty heated, and we won't even talk to each other the rest of the time in the gym, or even at home. We'll get back and we'll still be pretty mad at each other. So
yeah. So if he like corrects my,
I kind of watch what I say anymore because I can't say anything to him.
Yeah, if he corrects my form or I correct him in something, and I could say it very nicely, the other one's gonna take offense to it. Favorite all-time dessert, I'd say apple pie, cheesecake, ice cream. There's a lot.
Dirt pudding for me, the stuff with the Oreos and stuff, or just a regular Blizzard from Dairy Queen. I love ice cream.
What's y'all's favorite lifting day? Legs or back day?
Yeah, I'd say legs for me, just because it's a whole. I think it's a whole nother pretty much intensity and everything from upper body or any other body part.
Favorite movie, End to Watch with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Say the 40-Year-Old Virgin. I feel like that never gets old.
Why the sumo deadlifts? So I used to avoid deadlifts because I didn't like doing conventional. It just wasn't comfortable for me. So I started doing sumo deadlifts, and then I loved it. It just felt more comfortable. He still does conventional.
I still do conventional, just because I'm not used to change or anything like that. And if I would lift with him more often, I would definitely switch to the sumo. He's got my friends hooked on sumos now, but I'll eventually probably go to sumos.
It's definitely a personal preference with deadlifts. Who gets more girls?
Who do you think? Come on.
Favorite childhood memories together and a time you guys got each other in trouble. So growing up, we were always outside playing baseball, playing street hockey. We had a neighborhood street hockey team.
We had like 20 neighbors that were all our age. We were always outside playing sports and everything.
I'd say it's the biggest.
Now you never see kids around here anymore. Even in the new developments, they're always probably playing video games and stuff inside. We were always running around doing different things.
I don't think we ever got each other in trouble.
No.
There's this one time though, I had a bow and arrow. It wasn't like a serious bow and arrow. It was kind of like a play bow and arrow, but still had arrows. And he was hiding behind I made him hide behind a hay bale, and I shot at the hay bale.
What was this?
I just remember that. I got in trouble for that.
Ever thought of
MMA training?
No, not at all.
No interest?
Nope.
Best thing you ever made, food-wise? Chicken and waffles.
I don't get that creative. I mean, I make a lot of sweets and things like that, but I need to start making more recipes. I see his recipes and want to start, taking some of that up.
He's not much of a cook.
So, yeah.
How did you figure out your macronutrient breakdown? I feel like I covered this in like literally every video.
Big thing with this, though, is you got to learn your own body.
Yeah, I'd say 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight, 0.4 to 0.5 grams of fat per pound of body weight.
Yeah.
And fill in the rest with carbs.
First time, too, he did my diet for our first bodybuilding show. I was dieting on probably 2,000 calories by the end. This time I started dieting at 2,700 calories. My metabolism increased so much that I had to increase it to 3,200. And by the end of my diet, I was still eating 3,200 calories a day just because, your metabolism can increase and things like that. And you just have to learn your own body and see how much you can eat.
Biggest training mistakes you've made? I'd say in the beginning, too much volume. I think we both talked about that.
Yeah. For me, personally, it was when I was in high school, I thought I could be lean out and get stronger and bigger at the same time. So I was only eating like 1,800 calories a day and then training all the time and thinking I could get bigger and completely burned myself out. So you learn along the way. It's a whole process.
Do you take into account the GI index with IIFYM? No, because typically when I choose carb sources, they're pretty high and pretty dense in fiber. That's just personal preference. That's what I choose. So I used to follow the GI index back when I was kind of a bro, but I really don't take that into account anymore. I don't think a lot of people do because they're making responsible food choices, even with flexible dieting.
It's crazy watching pro bodybuilders and stuff talk about how white rice and brown rice is going to make a difference and stuff, and now people get worried when they see that and are worrying about what type of rice they can eat. It doesn't really matter,
Favorite sports outside of bodybuilding and powerlifting?
I play college baseball personally, so I'm a big baseball fan and used to play football.
Baseball, football, pretty American sports. What's the age difference? 3 years. I'm
About
I'm
3.5
24.
years.
He's 21. I'm about to turn 25 here in August. Will you do a 20,000 calorie food challenge? You could
Do
donate.
it with me.
Oh,
with
do
your
it
brother.
with your brother?
Yeah, we can split it.
I don't know if I'll ever do a 20,000 calorie challenge. The 10,000 calorie challenge
I'd like
is
to try
fun,
the 10.
but I feel like crap the next day. If you could trade places with any celebrity for a day, who would it be?
We were talking about this earlier.
Uh,
Someone other than an athlete.
yeah, it would definitely be someone other than an athlete.
I don't know though.
Yeah, I'd have to think about that
Someone
one.
that has like the life.
How to maintain muscle mass when on a long-term injury recovery. If I'm injured and I'm not working out, I'm still tracking macros. I'm still
Yeah.
eating like I normally would. You're obviously going to have some muscle atrophy from not working out, and it's just something you have to accept.
I'd say keep it simple too. Maybe 3 solid, pretty big meals a day. Don't overeat and don't undereat. So that'll keep a lot of the muscle on.
Just keep tracking macros. That's all you got to do. Favorite cheat meal? Burgers and sweet potato fries.
I'd say wings for me.
Would you ever come to Iceland? Yeah, why not? Will you and your brother compete in another show together? He probably will soon.
Not soon. I'll probably do it when you do it. Whenever you get out of the army.
Yeah, when I get out of the army, I'll
Just
probably
do-
compete in maybe 2018 again.
Long bulk, especially I'm going to be a senior in college. I'm just going to enjoy it, you know, still be able to go out for drinks and eat whatever, you know, on the weekends and stuff like that. So
What do you think on teens lifting? You know, if you're in your late teens, maybe getting ready to be in your early 20s, yeah, absolutely lift. It's great for you. But if like sometimes I'll see people in the gym, like their dads or their parents are taking them, they're like 11, 12 years old. Obviously, they're not on like a bodybuilding program. They're just going for fitness, like general fitness. That's fine. So as a teen, you know, it's all what you can handle.
especially
Don't
when
go
you're
crazy.
a teen, your hormones are at their best levels. You know, you can see the best gains you did. You know, when I started in 7th grade, I saw crazy gains because my hormones were pretty much on fire. But I think a lot of mistakes that these younger guys are making are they're worrying about what they're eating. You know, they should just be able to eat, you know, what their parents make, PB&J sandwiches. Just make sure you're eating enough.
Yeah, I think man, a lot of the questions I get from people
Yeah.
14, 15 years old are worried about macros
They
and
should
cutting
not
and
be worrying
dieting.
about that then.
At that point in your life, just make sure you're getting enough food. You're working out. You're growing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you both do some kind of food challenge? You literally just saw one. So there you go. Let's see. Who first started bodybuilding?
You first start, well, bodybuilding.
Yeah, like really serious into it. I started it first.
Yeah, and then you got me into it. You pretty much made me do my first show with you. I would have never gotten into it.
Refeed days. How to know how many carbs to eat. So refeed days decrease fats, decrease proteins a little bit because the leptin is stimulated primarily by carbohydrates. So it can range. Sometimes my refeed days will go up 100 grams of carbs. Sometimes like 250 grams of carbs. Depends where I'm at in my diet and how I'm feeling. It's really, you know, a refeed day isn't dogma. It's not, hey, this is how many carbs you need to increase or this much percent calories. It's how you're feeling, what you need.
Personally, I was just dieting, and I think a big mistake I made was I didn't do a refeed day, even though I was still eating 400 carbs. I think my hormones got a little screwed up, so it would have helped a lot, you know, to maybe mix in 550 carbs.
Who was more of a ladies' man when you were both growing up?
No.
Here. Did you two play sports growing up? If so, who was better? I'll give it to him. He was better at sports. I played ice hockey, baseball. I played football
we
in
pretty
middle
much
school.
played the same thing. I had a good senior year in football.
Favorite muscle groups to work out? Like we said, legs, back.
Yeah.
Pretty much the bigger muscles, the multi-joint muscles. Or multi-joint exercises, excuse me. When you just don't feel like going to the gym, how do you motivate yourself?
Pretty much, I don't know. We just know we're going to go in and finish a workout every time. We never leave. You know, bodybuilding is all about the process, and there's going to be days you're going to feel bad. There's going to be days you feel great. It's what you do on those days that you don't feel good. You
I'm
know?
not going to lie. Sometimes it's just extra pre-workout.
Yeah. But it's,
That extra
pre-workout
scoop.
gets to a point where you don't even feel it that much anymore.
How's the army life? It's good. Can't complain much. If you could train with anyone for a day, who would it be? Con Wolf, because I haven't yet, and I sponsored him. And he's a cool dude.
I'd say Greg Plitt, just because his workouts used to be crazy.
Have you ever farted mid-set?
You did today.
Who hasn't? Does consuming a large portion of your macros before bed have negative effects? No, I like saving a lot of macros before bed just because I work out late at night. And, you know, there's nothing bad about eating carbs before bed. It's just, that's how I prefer it. Because when I'm running around during the day, I don't have time to eat a big meal. Before going to the gym, I don't like having a big meal. So pretty much after my workout is my chance to get the majority of my calories in.
Yeah, personally, I save a lot of macros for the night when I'm cutting, because I think the worst thing to do is going to bed hungry during a cut, because I can't sleep personally if I'm hungry. So,
what are your thoughts on lifestyles like paleo, vegetarian, vegan? Hey, that's you. If you want to be vegetarian, if you want to eat paleo, you know, that's your personal preference. I don't have any problem with that. That affects my life no way. I'm going to eat and train how I want to eat and train, and the person next to me should eat and train how they want to, you know,
exactly.
do so. So, yeah, there's no problem with any of that. How do you deal with fat gains from a bulk, and how often do you train abs? I train abs only at PT, like when we're doing an ab circuit, which is maybe once or twice a week.
I train abs.
Fat gains, you know, when you're bulking, you're obviously going to put some fat on. You need to accept it. You're not going to stay lean 365, 24/7. Did I say that right? Something like that.
I personally train abs maybe once a month. If I'm with a friend and they make me train them, I hate doing them for some reason. But personally, for fat gains for me, I was just cutting on 3,200 calories. Over the last 11 days, I stopped the diet, and I've gained 15 pounds already. And, you know, I really don't care, because I know I can lose that weight again. I don't care really how I look without my shirt right now.
All right, so this is the last one we're going to cover. Why flexible dieting? Why not a strict on-point diet? And this one I really want to touch on, because flexible dieting in IIFYM is a strict on-point diet. It's
completely strict diet, yeah.
You're tracking macros. You're being consistent.
It's all discipline, too.
It's not just eating whatever you want and punching in the numbers, you know?
He pretty much meant, though, you know, those people that take chicken breasts to the movie theaters, which is just ridiculous, and have to eat every 2 or 3 hours, which I hate hearing bodybuilders and stuff talk about that, how they can't go to the movies with their family or go out to eat because they have this 3-hour eating window.
Being restrictive with your food and, you know, all that food timing stuff, that's not on point and strict. That's just kind of, at this point in the fitness spectrum, it's just uneducated, and you got to find that balance. So I think we are strict with our diet. We are on point. It's just not what the majority of the fitness industry thinks is on point, if that makes sense.
It's just flexible compared to what used to be thought of a bodybuilding diet.
So that wraps up the questions, guys. Hope you enjoyed them. Going back to Texas tomorrow. So last time this guy's going to be in a video for quite a long time, but I think he's thinking about starting up a channel.
Start my own channel.
So take it easy.